You're listening to the Big Game Record Series with thanks to our sponsors Glacier Rifle Company, precision-engineered rifles for every hunting adventure. Check out their lightweight carbon stock systems for Tikka, Remington, Howrah and more. Explore more with GRC. Maybe we should call this Chain Chat. Had a listener, Ricky Combs, write in that a cricket pitch, wicket to wicket, is a chain. And then that got me thinking, we also have had the Queen's chain. I don't know if it's changed over to the King's chain, but I think that's two chains because I think it's about 50 metres either side of the high tide line. We're going to need to have some more chain chat. Send in your answers. How big is the Queen's chain and has it changed to the King's chain? Anyway, as I said in the last episode, these last three of Te Urewera are a little bit different. Now, some of the better trophies secured from the recently established herd to the north of Gisborne City. These animals, descending from escaped farm animals during the devastation of Cyclone Bowler in 1988. Sorry about it, came in like a wrecking ball. Owe their origin to English park stock, so the exceptional dimensions in some cases is possibly due to a minor influence of Wapiti genes, although on the other hand, there may well have been Wapiti influence amongst other escapees at the time. And then he's got a picture below, a typical camp in the Ruakaturi Valley, Urewera National Park, photo D. Bruce Banwell. Right, starting off with these thumpers. Number 1, Bruce Lancaster, East Coast Forestry Block, north of Whatututu, the year 2000. Poverty Bay, 9x9, and this is where things start. 43 and 4 by 42 and 3. Hearty numbers. Spread is 38 and 2, span is 27 and 4. Beams are both 6, the coronets are both 9 and 5. Barrel tines are 14 and 1 by 12 and 6 long, the bays are 14 and 6 by 14 long, and the trays are 16 by 15 and 2. Whew. Outer royals, 11 and 7 by 13 and 3. Inner royals, 13 by 13 and 7. Back tines of 16 and 4 by 23 and 1. Crocky. Inner off the back tine, 20 and 3 by 21 and 4. Second inner off the back tine of 6 and 6 by 8 and 5. And that's all the scoring points. But there's an outer off the royal on the right of 5 inches and another inner off the royal. An inner off the royal on the left-hand side of 4 inches. So there's another, 9 or so going missing twice. But doesn't need it. Total score is 402 and 3/4. Amazing. I've heard several versions about the taking of the stag. Obviously, one of those originating from the escaping stock at the time of Cyclone Bowler in 1988. Nevertheless, here is the story as told by Bruce Lancaster himself. He was stalking in a forestry block just to the north of Whatututu, seeking one of those great stags then available in the district. A heavy frost covering the grass made stalking on the frozen ground very difficult. Lancaster encountered what he described as a subordinate stag with a few hinds, so opted to leave his rifle behind and carry out some reconnaissance. He was guilty of making a lot of noise in the stiff frozen grass, when suddenly a stag charged forward from a patch of native cover to challenge the intruder. Man and animal eyeballed each other for a few minutes about 15 metres apart, the stag eventually crashing away. The still morning and rapid departure of the stag down a steep slope enabled Lancaster to determine where he had eventually halted, and hearing no further movement, went back and retrieved his rifle. Ultimately approaching the suspected area from a different direction, encountering the stag once more, which took off at full speed across the clearing. Lancaster got a good shot away, but could not locate the animal despite some searching. Oh wow. He made several searches for the dead animal, eventually finding him underneath a tall toitoi, which, it seemed, he had crawled beneath to die. I think in this photo, Mr. Stagg here has a bauble hanging off the bay tine on the right-hand side. So Bruce Banwell must have gone and visited Bruce Lancaster at Christmas time. How cool, and how cool to get it from the actual hunter himself. Next we have N.A. Barber, Tolaga Bay, East Coast, Gisborne Land District, LD, 1999. Make sure you're subscribed. It's another thumper, and we'll see you there on the Stag Raw podcast. This is the New Zealand Big Game Records Series Volume 5, The Red Deer Part 1, written and compiled for the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association, incorporated by D. Bruce Banwell, with permission from the publisher by Halcyon Press, a division of Halcyon Publishing Limited, PO Box 360 Auckland, 1140 New Zealand. The book itself, printed by Prolong Press Limited, China. The copyright is D. Bruce Banwell 2009, first published 2009, all rights reserved.